Hi, everyone. I am Wendy Watson, a hostess with the Mostest for the Sass Cash and Class Conference that I am hosting right here in Denver on April 5th, 2025. You need to come to this conference because it's all about showing women that we can have it all without feeling like we're sacrificing anything. There's too many women out there that feel like they need to sacrifice the health and wellness for the kids, or the relationship for the business and the career, or vice versa. And it's just not true. And we're going to have a slew of women, 6 speakers, 16 experts that are going to show you how to do this and demonstrate it for you and give you tips and tools and tricks that you can take home and start using today. And one of those expert panelists is here with me right now, Dr. Cyrina Ballard. And would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm really excited to be part of this conference. And because I do think we need to empower all women to know that we have an inner strength that can guide us. And many times we're dimmed by that, we get feeling challenged, but we can teach each other tools to empower ourselves to be able to navigate this life, to be the best versions of ourselves that we can be. And I love, being a pharmacist, it's really important for me to have evidence-based tools to help people know, hey, I can be resilient because sometimes life gets challenging. And there was a time when I was in a really bad accident and I was in a coma, and they told my mother she was going to take care of me for the rest of my life. And I learned these tools to help myself move through those challenging times and to, do better than they ever expected for me to do. And so I feel very fortunate and I want to share the tools with the world, and also realizing that this life is a gift. And I want people to use tools to bring more happiness to their day and to be proactive because you are the director of your life. And I want you to live a beautiful life.
Oh, isn't that beautiful? And it takes a really strong woman to be able, or even a person, to be able to pull themselves out of that space, right? It's already hard enough for us to kind of pull ourselves out of the mud in a regular situation or in a more common situation. But the journey that you took yourself through and all the tools and tips and insights that you've learned to not only go from, they thought that your mom was going to have to care for you for the rest of your life. And now you're a thriving entrepreneur, engaged to be married, living a fantastic, independent, fabulous life. People can only learn from you, right?
Well, I hope. I mean, the reality is that we all have different challenges in life. But
Mhm.
I want us all to know we are not a statistic. We are unique. There will never be anyone who's just like you. You are a gift and you have things to share. And I want women and people in general to shine and shine their lights, because I think that many times our light can be dimmed because of the challenges. But
Mhm.
I also think that we need to allow ourselves to celebrate the small victories, because I could not walk, talk, or even feed myself. And we had to celebrate every little thing, like when I was able to sit up or when I was able to say a word. I mean, it's sometimes it's slow, but I think in our culture, we're so used to getting things done right now, it's going to happen right now. But I think that we also need to embrace the journey and allow ourselves to know that, hey, we're learning and growing, and this challenge may seem frustrating, but we're going to grow and learn from it.
Yeah. And I love that you're bringing the evidence base. Let's talk a little bit more about that.
Well, that's what's really important to me because, when I was a practicing pharmacist, it was really hard for me to dispense anti-anxiety meds to, young children, 14, 15-year-old, teenagers. And I did tons of research and found a company called Heartmath. And they're an amazing company. They have over 30 years of empirical data backing their tools and techniques. And they're simple. They're simple tools to use to help us be able to reset and to know, like, if we know we're going to have a challenging meeting with a colleague or a presentation or somebody that might push our buttons, because we all have those people that just push our buttons, but we can prepare for those situations beforehand so that we can bring our best selves forward. Because you don't want to be reacting. You want to be responding to things, and you want to allow yourself to, okay, yes, this person is challenging, but I'm going to rise above that and I'm going to bring my best self forward and not, react to things, because I think that many times it's easier to do that. And then we're like, oh gosh, why did I say that? But we can prepare for these situations beforehand so that we can, deal with things on a better level. And then also being proactive in our day. As I said earlier, we're the director of our lives. And there's a lot of evidence-based tools about happiness. I mean, I was trained by Berkeley and by Yale in the science of happiness and the science of well-being, to allow people to know, like, hey, we can incorporate different things into our day and nourish that inner child and have fun, and to know that not every moment has to be stress.
Yes. And I love that. And I love that, you have Yale. What was the other school that you mentioned?
Berkeley.
Berkeley and Yale. Come on now. That is some serious education, you guys. You need to come hear her speak. Come here, ask her some questions on the expert panel. So why the Sass Cash and Class conference? Why this particular conference?
Well, because there are fabulous ladies that are going to be there. And I really feel like it's a diverse group of women who are going to share empowering tools with people to allow them to walk away and be like, wow, I really needed that. I really needed to know this. I mean, not everything's going to resonate with everybody, but you're going to find people there that you're like, yes, I really need to know this. And I feel like it's with an outstanding group of women who are on a mission to be able to allow people to share their voice and to know, like, hey, this is a journey that I'm willing to ride and be my best version. So
Yeah. So you're going to be on our health and wellness panel. What do you hope to bring to that particular panel? And what is one thing that you hope the audience will take away?
I would like to bring, as I said earlier, tools for people to be more resilient in their day, to be more proactive in their activities so they have more happiness in their moments, and maybe even to help them have more of a vision for the life that they want to lead and to be the director of their lives. And I hope that maybe they'll walk away and realize, hey, this life is a gift. What can I do with it? How can I live my best life?
So what role does health and wellness have, right? So the 4 expert panels we're going to have is business and finance, health and wellness, family life, and community. What role does health and wellness play with trying to find a balanced life?
Well, I think it's key, because if we don't have our health, we really don't have much, I mean, I really feel like we need to look at the whole person. And, with functional medicine, looking at, not just the physical, there's the emotional, there's all different elements, and all these things play a role in that. And I feel like we need to make sure that all areas of our lives we're healthy in, and taking those proactive steps to whatever it is, eat well, to exercise, to have nourishing, good relationships. Because we now know with epigenetics that the people you surround yourself with, the chemicals you're exposed to, the food you do or don't eat, the exercise you do or don't do, all have an impact on our DNA. We used to think our DNA was our destiny, but we now know that the environments that we live in impact the expression of our genes. So we really want to make sure that people are conscious of this, because if you're in a toxic relationship, take to know that that's having an impact not just on you emotionally, but physically as well. And so I feel like health and wellness is an important thing for your overall well-being.
Yeah, if you're not feeling good, or if you got a lot of bloating and stuff going on, that could affect your decision making in your business or in your career, right? Or in your finances.
Yeah, and especially with stress, because we know when we're stressed, we have increased levels of cortisol, our stress hormone. And when we have increased levels of cortisol, we have decreased blood levels, decreased blood flow to our prefrontal cortex. And so we're not making logical decisions. We're making more emotional decisions. And I usually call that the amygdala hijack. So, when we're stressed, we all get stressed. But if you can feel that stress coming on, you can empower yourself to say, okay, I'm going to take a minute or two and just do a quiet breathing exercise to allow myself to hit the reset button, because you can spiral yourself up or spiral yourself down. It's your decision.
So
Yeah.
true. Yes. So if you want to hear more from Dr. Cyrina Ballard, come to the Sass Cash and Class Conference next April, right here in Denver. Meet her yourself, ask her some questions, sit in a panel, see what she's got to say. And yeah, just take away some great insights from a doctor with the evidence-based material that has done it herself. So thank you. Leave your feedback, comment, share, get registered, and we will see you in Denver next April.